There's no question that the movie Blackfish has stirred up a lot of controversy and has some people rethinking this whole idea of captivity for killer whales. But then what do you do? In other words, can you just set them free? As we found out, it is not that simple.
There are 45 to 50 captive killer whales or orcas around the world. Colin Baird was involved with the only effort ever attempted to release a former performing killer whale back into the wild. Keiko, star of the movie Free Willy. He survived just over a year after swimming off on his own, but Baird says Keiko really wasn't the best candidate.
What is the measure by which you determine who is a good candidate and who is not?
Length of capture, age of capture.
Most of the captured killer whales have died off. Almost all the captive orcas we see today were born in a pool. They've never had to hunt for their own food and never even seen an ocean. Marine zoologist Anna Hall says these hybrid killer whales would never fit in with the wild ones and could be a danger by transmitting human illnesses to wild populations.
You've got animals that have come in contact with humans. Have they got disease?
So, is there an alternative to keeping them in tanks? To find out, I'm in a boat in Victoria, British Columbia, looking for oceanfront real estate for a retirement home for killer whales.
I brought you here because I wanted to give you an example, and this is it. A bay with a net that would be strung across the entrance so that the killer whales could be on one side protected and cared for. And then all around them, they'd be in a living ocean.
The idea is called a sea pen.
Natural seawater, bringing in fish and, the birds and everything else with it. And just a natural, pristine environment for a retired captive orca.
But where does the money come from for the land, the food, and the constant human care? From the public who would pay to visit, say supporters. Paul Boyle of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums thinks they'd be disappointed.
People can't see them. They won't see them, they won't know about them, they will lose the compelling reason for protecting the oceans and the environment around us. So I guess I just say, what's the point of that?
The point, says Anna Hall, is that it would be far better than the cement pond where most captive killer whales live today.
We can put people on the moon. We can do a sea pen. We just need to think about it a little bit.
As popular as that idea is for a sea pen for sea mammals, we looked everywhere in the world to try to find one that was functioning today. There is not a single one. Right now, it is just an idea.